and we're so excited to introduce you our host and our guest speaker.
Our host for today is our very special Zizi. She's our co-director of Growing Concepts, AMA's very own in-house marketing agency.
And our amazing speaker tonight is Valentina Gomez-Reese, VP Brand Manager at Amerant Bank.
Let's give it a round of applause.
Welcome back, guys, at AMA at FIU. As Anto and Stephanie mentioned, I'm Zizi. I'm the RC Director, and I'm so happy to be hosting this podcast today. So our guest today is someone whose career truly inspires, as we saw in her amazing presentation. She's the VP Brand Manager at Amerant Bank with over 8 years of experience leading creative strategy across industries. She has collaborated with organizations like the Miami Heat, Florida Panthers, and Miami Marlins. And as you guys saw, we're going to have them on Marketing Week, and has also held roles at global companies like Luxottica. Did I mention that right? Okay. And Roca. So please join me in welcoming Valentina Gomez. And before we dive in, I actually want all of our members to go to the AMA Instagram story, drop your questions and notes while we're going on with the conversation, because later on we're going to give you some space to see your questions being answered by our speaker. So make sure to go on our Instagram story and drop your questions there. And now, Valentina, we're going to dive into your story, looking back at your early experiences, starting from Roca to SLR Luxottica and now Amerant Bank. What moments shaped the way you approach brand identity and storytelling today?
All right. Well, hi again. When it comes to branding and brand identity specifically, I think that it's very important to stay true to the values of the brand. You know, as you move toward changing campaigns and growing and coming up with new campaigns every year, which we see constantly in marketing, the values and the voice of the brand has to stay. And so I think that early on, it's important to understand that as we move forward, so that we stay consistent and our brand continues to speak to the customer that we want to reach.
I actually think this is a great advice, especially since many of us students are stepping into internships or looking for an internships or future jobs. So I think this is a great advice to just keep in mind as we're moving forward in our career. And actually, to follow up on that, as students, we are trying to figure out how to translate our current internships into lifetime growth. And what mindset shifts helped you move from being a specialist on taking leadership roles?
All right. I love this because I think that, and I mentioned it during my presentation, I think that being a problem solver in corporate is so important. Seeing an issue, identifying it, and actually finding a solution for it will get you really far. And maybe I can tell you a little bit about an example in Amerant recently that I went through. 4 years ago, when I came into the company, there was no project management tool. There was no way that we could track every project, every advertising campaign, every agency, every design that we had to do. And I was honestly very surprised when I came in, because I'm like, you guys are big enough. What do you mean you have a little agenda and OneNote tracking for your all of your projects? And so I took it upon myself with some teammates, and we went on, looked for a vendor, contacted them, got the pricing, got it onboarded, and started using it. And the vendor, really, it's irrelevant. We started using Monday.com, but there are so many project management tools. At the end of the day, anything would have helped. We brought them in, we started using the platform for the whole marketing department, and little by little, people at the bank started to see and think, oh my God, this would be great for me. And to the day now, the whole bank uses it. I have been training department after department on it. It was never my job. It's still not my job. And I get people saying, oh, how do I do this automation? And, I love to see those things happen, because that means that whatever solution we came up with has been actually useful and has been helping many teams move forward. So I would just say, if you see an issue, find a solution. It's simple.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. And by quick show of hands, how many of you guys have currently an internship or looking for an internship? Many of us, me included as well. So I think this is a great advice for all of us to keep in mind moving forward. So now let's talk more about your campaigns and the creativity in those campaigns. You have led campaigns with the Miami Heat and Florida Panthers. Could you please share one campaign you're especially proud of and what made it resonate so well with the audience?
awesome. Love working with sports, and I love that you guys are going to get to meet people from the Marlins and from who else?
The Florida Panthers.
And the Panthers as well, my goodness. Amazing teams. The team itself and also everybody in the background doing the work, it's incredible. This year I actually had the opportunity to have a whole production with Matthew Tkachuk from the Panthers, not sure if there's any hockey fans in the room, and Bam Adebayo from the Miami Heat. That day I had 4 hours, 2 hours each for those two brand ambassadors, and then I had the Marlins mascot, the Heat mascot. So I had Billy the Marlin, I had Bernie, and I had Stanley from the Panthers as well show up on the same day. I had 4 hours to record 4 30-second commercials. I had to have a whole crew show up at this branch, set up everything, get all the timing right, all the camera crew, the sound, everything, and get them out as soon as possible because our contract only said 2 hours per talent. And the campaign was amazing, extremely successful because we were launching our partnership with BAM, and we basically, what we did was change the logo outside to not say Amerant, but Bamerant. And so that's how we launched, hey, now we're partners. And it was super successful. It was very fun getting to know all of them. But for me, not having hiccups, nothing went wrong in the recording. I was able to plan everything, to the second. That was the biggest accomplishment from my eyes, of course, because that was my task. But yeah, that's a very cool campaign I got to do this year.
I love that. That's also very inspirational because it shows that we need to multitask and be also on time to make sure that you accomplish in your career. So thank you for sharing that. To follow up actually on that, in a world where people are flooded with ads today, what's your process for ensuring a campaign feels more of culture, not just another marketing message?
Well, I think it always goes back to what type of customer are you trying to reach. We cannot market to everybody. Not everybody's going to see our ads and think, oh yeah, that's perfect. This is a product I want. So if you stay true to, hey, this is the customer I want, this is my brand voice, and my ad is for that customer specifically, and you stay true to that, you will get to the eyes that you want to get to. But when we try to say too much to too many people, we'll see that our efforts get diluted because we can't. No brand can.
Right, and I actually can relate to this personally because, as the president mentioned, I'm the RC director, which is the FIU in-house marketing agency. So we currently have 7 clients that we're working with, and we assign students to work with them, and we make sure that the campaigns and the content we create for them actually matches the target audience that the clients are looking for. So I think this is a great advice also for us, the AMA leaders, that we can implement within our committees. So I love that. Now talking about the innovation and the strategies, at Amerant you have built not only campaigns but also systems to keep the brand consistent. How do you balance creativity with structure?
This is so rough, and I mentioned it earlier. It's a highly regulated industry. We have compliance, we have legal, we have lawyers that are constantly looking through everything that we do. And being creative, we always tend to think, oh no, messy. Creative is messy. We need to be all over the place because that's what creative is like, right? But I would like to challenge that. I think that we get to be more creative when there's structure, when there's order, and when we take away all of that mess from the picture, we get to focus on being creative. So as you mentioned, I did build a few systems within Amerant to organize our assets, for example, so that people could access things a little faster and they didn't have to come to me constantly saying, hey, where's this logo? Hey, how can I access this background? So we created an app, a platform where they could just go in, download, and not bother me, which was great. It has helped me stay focused on my job and stay more creative.
Yeah, of course. And actually, my next question resonates well with that because looking ahead, what role do you see technology like AI, whether it's using ChatGPT, for example, in the workplace, where do you see that playing in the brand management?
Honestly, I think AI is everywhere. There's no avoiding it anymore. So I would just say use it if you can. I mean, as I said, banking is regulated. I don't get to use it as much as I would like to, but we use it for advertising. As I said, we use PMAX. It's a targeted campaign using AI. So it's a great tool to get the message that the customer would like to see to the right customer, of course. And within your workday, if it can help you save time and be more Oh, I'm blanking on the word. Yeah, if it'll help you just be more productive, that's the word. Then use it.
Okay, I actually want to like comment on that because you mentioned that we use it as a tool. So I do want to focus that it's very important for us to use AI as a tool to help us get our things done or work on those campaigns and projects rather than just relying on AI to take over our role itself.
Definitely, and when it comes to creative, I feel like this was huge when it was coming out. All of the graphic designers were all over the place saying, oh no, AI is coming for my job. I don't know if you've seen what AI has been doing in Photoshop. It's not coming for anyone's job anytime soon. It's not great, but it can save me time doing tasks that would otherwise take hours, and that now I can spend those hours being more creative, getting, brainstorming of new campaigns, new things I can do, instead of spending it just, erasing the background on the picture that before would take me forever. So,
I mean, definitely. We just need to learn how to use it in the right way that could
Correct.
help us.
exactly.
So moving on about the global versus local perspectives, you have worked across Latin America and the US. How do you strike the balance between the global consistency and the local culture?
I would say it's very important to stay true to the brand and the purpose of the brand and just translate it. It sounds very silly, but it's like a song that just has a different rhythm, but it's the same song. When it comes to marketing, we're still the same brand, we still have the same values, but each country, and you guys, if there's anybody here from Latin America, ask any of your friends, how do you say straw, or how do you say popcorn? And you'll see that each country has a different word, and it's annoying because each country is so different. But it just speaks to, hey, if I just learned the word for each country, I could target that consumer specifically by me just adapting and learning about the culture. So I would just say, sit down, listen, and adapt to each country.
Yeah, and how many of us are here international students or have international backgrounds? Exactly. So actually, what advice would you give to those students? Since it's FIU, we have so many internationals, so what advice would you give to them working in this environment?
I mean, it's hard, right? Coming to a new country. I get you all. I would say, I think there's space for all of us, and I mean, we all have some sort of immigration story, family, friend, immigrant story, and I would just love to encourage you all to keep going. It's challenging, but you got this. There's space for all of us.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Especially here at AMA, we have space for everyone. So now it's actually time for my favorite part of this podcast. We're gonna have some rapid fire questions where we get to know we will get to know you more beyond your resume. So we're gonna ask you some few questions. And are you ready?
Okay, yeah, let's go.
So the first question is, what is a song that would always get you motivated?
Ooh, Hips Don't Lie by Shakira.
I love that. And second one is, what is your dream travel destination?
I love Italy. I fell in love with Italy, but right now I would love to go to Thailand. It's my dream. Today.
I love that.
But after I go, then I'll have another one. That's how travel works.
And the last one, what's one brand you admire outside of Amerant?
Oh, don't know if anybody has heard of Frida Mom. It's a local brand. They're targeting moms and like taking taboo out of maternity. I'm not a mom. I don't plan to be a mom anytime soon, but it's very cool to see how bold they are. So I invite you guys to see their Instagram. It's really cool.
I love that. I mean, we definitely should check their Instagram out after this because I would like to know more about it. And who heard about it before? Yeah?
Ooh, I love that.
Okay. And, now it's actually, we're gonna grab a few of your questions. We're gonna have some of the questions that our students and members have or would like for you to answer. So we're gonna have a couple of them. Thank you. Okay. So let me pick one. Oh, I actually like this one. So someone asked, do you get free Panthers tickets?
I do. But not recently. And after they started doing well, forget it. No free tickets for me. But before, I would get them every week and I would go and the arena was empty. I'm like, support.
The benefits of working in marketing. I love that.
You guys will, sorry, but you guys will see as you work in marketing how marketing normally gets all the perks in the company, and we're not very liked. So be prepared to not be very liked in your companies.
I love that. Okay, how do you differentiate yourself from brands such as Bank of America or Wells Fargo?
Well, this is a good question. We're not trying to. We're not competing with such brands because our values and our purpose is to reach a different kind of customer. Because what we can offer is different from what Bank of America, Chase, and those big banks can do. We focus on community and we focus on relationship. A customer can reach the bank and actually talk to someone right away, even the CEO sometimes, depending on the type of client. But, that is something that maybe you will never be able to do at such a huge bank. So because we don't offer what they offer, our message is different. We don't need to compare ourselves.
I think this is very important to keep in mind while working with different companies. I mean, in most cases, we don't end up working our whole time with the same company we got an internship with. So it's very important just to have the idea of each business, each company has a different target audience or a different message that they would like to give out to people. So I think this is a really great takeaway that I would say out of this conversation. Let's take one more question. This is a cool one. If Amerants were a person, how would you describe them?
I would say reliable, kind, and caring. Yeah.
Actually, that makes sense after the presentation. I feel like it aligns well with what you explained about the brand. So
There you go.
And Valentina, this has been an incredible conversation, and I think all of us have a lot of advices and takeaways that we learned out of this presentation and this discussion as well. So before we wrap up, actually, if you could go back to your younger self and give yourself an advice, or even to our members today, what would this piece of advice be?
I would say just start where you are. Don't expect to get the perfect opportunity, the perfect job position. As long as you're getting any sort of exposure and experience, that's going to be more valuable than you waiting for the perfect door to open. So I would just say start where you are, be messy, make mistakes, that's fine. It's better to have some experience than no experience.
I agree. You guys, keep this down. So thank you so much, Valentina, for joining us today and sharing your journey. And thank you for our amazing audience and members that we have here today and also online for your energy and curiosity. This has been another episode of the AMA at FIU podcast from Students for Students. And until next time, I'm your host, Zizi, and we'll see you at our next episode. Thank you.